good to see you, Suzuki-san.
Thanks. All right if I stop in?
No need to ask. You're always welcome here, friend. Sir? Is there something on my face?
No, of course not. I apologize.
Just a little joke I have. After all, there's always something on my face.
Can I ask, have you been in Yokohama a long time?
Well, now, I haven't kept count. Must be over a decade at this point.
Huh. That is quite a while. One more question, sorry. Do you happen to have a favorite food?
Good question. Why do you ask?
Cold noodles. Any chance you're, partial to them?
Guilty as charged. I do fancy a bowl now and again, yes.
It's just... I once knew someone who preferred them as well. He was practically an older brother to me. And you bear such a striking resemblance to him. I couldn't help thinking that, maybe... Forgive me. This isn't your concern.
Nonsense, sir. So long as I'm proprietor, my customers' concerns are my own.
Makes me feel a bit better to hear that.
Suzuki-san, I get the sense you've endured some hardships. Enough time spent behind a bar, you can read most by their face alone.
Then tell me, bartender, what do I have on my face?
You were always strong, so you never learned to ask for help. And too few know when you've been hurt. That's the impression I get, anyway.
I see.
I'm joking again. That's how almost every man starts seeing himself past middle age. Especially the ones with such worn and chiseled faces.
Sounds like that must apply to you, too.
Before I came to own this place, I also lived in a world with no room for weakness. Forget it. It's not important.
Whatever you say.
Let me put it like this. I was raised believing that vulnerability was the enemy of survival. I carried that dogma with me for too long. Is it the same for you, perhaps, Suzuki-san?
Are you saying your outlook's changed since then?
I accept help when offered now, to one degree or another, while trying to give those around me whatever help I can. And I'm content with how things are. Maybe that's what it means to have a real home. And to do more with life than just survive it.
That's an admirable point of view.
You've fought so many battles and loved so many people. Maybe all that's left of you are your scars. How could anyone call this a just world when men like you can't be promised a good, proud ending?
Come on. I already know you say that to all the guys.
I'm saying it to you. Saying it as someone who's found a happiness here that I worry you never could. Again and again, you've been denied peace and rest. You've been denied something as precious as your name itself. But right now, for this one moment, you have people willing to help you if you ask them to. After all the tragic mistakes, their camaraderie is what proves you're still a noble man.
Hey, is it just me, or are they staring at us right now?
The bartender's never usually so chatty. Wonder what they're saying.
I can't simply tell you to embrace vulnerability, but try depending on them while you can. After all, you're getting up there in years. You're almost too big to be told what to do.
It's uncanny. You're so much like him, bartender. My old Aniki in another life.
May I say, sir, that if the day does come when you're able to take back your name, I'd like to see you then. We'll speak frankly. Neither of us will have anything left to hide. I'll pour you a drink worthy of yourself that day. On the house. Naturally.
For what it's worth, I liked this drink too. I think I should go. Thank you for the conversation, bartender.
The pleasure was mine, friend. Always happy to help.
Appreciate it. So long.
Now you know why it's called Survive. Names are such powerful things.
A cabaret club. Guess it's being renovated? Not surprising. This town's always had a high turnover rate. Oh? Forshine. Same name as that club I helped out in Sotenbori way back when. They nearly went under because of a rival club. At least until I stepped in as their manager. It was tough work, but still a great experience. I haven't seen Yuki, Koyuki, and Yoda-san since then. Hope they're doing well. But if this joint's got the same name... Did they open up a new location?
Excuse me. Did you need something?
Not good.
Wait, have we met before?
No, I think you've got the wrong guy. Take care. Do you need something?
Oh my gosh! It's Kiryu-san! You just vanished into thin air one day! I thought you kicked the bucket somewhere! You really ought to show your face more often! But wow, it's so good to see you! How's it going?
It's been going. What about you, Koyuki? You doing okay? Is this the same Forshine?
Sure is! Forshine, the hottest cabaret club in Osaka, is coming to Kanto! In fact, we're gonna have our grand opening soon!
Oh yeah? That's great. So how's business? Doing well?
Well, no. Not really.
Yo, you Kansai clowns still haven't hit the road yet? Look, you people are the problem here. Outsiders can't just waltz on in and pop up a club whenever, wherever they want. That's not how we roll in Kamurocho. You hear me? You old hags got no place here. How many times we gotta tell you that, Koyuki-san?
Here we go again.
Who's he?
Some guy from one of the rival clubs. He doesn't like that we set up shop here, so he's been harassing us. Thanks to him, there are some nasty rumors going around. And to make matters worse, a few of our girls got scared off and quit. That man's nothing but trouble.
Come on now, we just want to settle things peacefully. But if you insist on running a club here, we're gonna have to insist you comply with our ways, all right?
And this conversation's over. Honestly, I'd rather die than take orders from you.
Rude bitch. Fine then. I'll just have to beat them into you myself.
And how are you gonna do that?
Who the hell are you?
One of their hires. And as far as I know, Kamurocho doesn't roll any which way. You've got no right to mouth off about how things work around here.
Right back at you, old man. Whatever. Guess I'll have to beat your ass first. I'm gonna send all of you packing. You'll wish you never set foot in my city. How's this guy eating? He's way too strong.
Now beat it. Come back here, and you deal with me.
You won't catch me here again.
I'm so sorry about that. You helped me out of a tough spot there. The same as ever. Right, Kiryu-san?
No, not necessarily.
Anyway, before we were so rudely interrupted, I was just about to ask you to come on in for some tea. Step this way, please.
Right behind you. Real spacious here. Not bad.
We pretty much took over the previous club. It's a great spot and all, so we went ahead and rented it out.
So, what happened to Forshine after I left?
Well, after you made Forshine the #1 club in Sotenbori, Yuki-san, Yoda-san, and I worked as a team to keep it that way. And for 15 years, we were the best of the best in all of Kansai. Impressive, right?
Sure is. Much harder to stay up top than to get there. Then, why are you here in Kamurocho, now of all times?
Actually, I discussed branching out with Yuki-san and Yoda-san, but you know them. Not a greedy bone in their bodies. They didn't want to risk the club's quality dropping either. But after they retired, I was the one who ended up in charge. I figured, since I'm taking their place and all, maybe I ought to try something new, you know?
I see. So Koyuki, the new owner on the block, wanted to give the Kanto expansion a shot.
Well, it didn't have to be Kanto, honestly. I just really love Forshine, and I want to share it with people outside of Kansai, too. The girls back in Sotenbori are golden. They don't need me there to run the club. That's why I thought I should challenge myself. Do something only the owner could do.
That's great. I'm not surprised you went for it, given how much you cherish the place.
Thank you. Still, I never knew how tough it is to run a business. It's so different from serving the customers. There are way too many factors to take into account and no end to trouble, like that guy from earlier. To think Yuki-san and Yoda-san have been doing this for years. I can't help but respect them even more. It was one heck of a wake-up call. I had no idea so many people were looking out for us hostesses in ways we never even knew.
Well, now that you realize that, I'm sure you'll do just fine. Sorry for dropping in at such a busy time.
Oh no, you're perfectly fine. To be honest, I wish you'd stay. Having you as the manager would be a huge weight off my shoulders.
Hey now, you're gonna put me to work again? Give me a break.
Just kidding. I'm serious about being short-staffed, though. We've lost a few of our girls to some threats, and some of our staff have even been headhunted. It's gotten me kinda down recently.
I guess some things never change, no matter the times. But why not ask the Sotenbori Club for help?
I mean, I could, but the girls there are really popular. And since we'll be opening soon, I doubt I could adjust everyone's schedule in time.
Then why don't you ask Yuki for help? She used to be the legendary hostess, didn't she?
Yeah, she'd really turn things around. If I could even bring myself to ask.
What's happening with Yuki?
Yuki-san's out there making her own dreams come true and trying something new.
And what's that?
Running a restaurant. She used the money she saved up from her hostess days to start it up. Told me herself that she's been super busy since it took off. I just felt like I couldn't bother her with my problems. Not when she's got enough on her plate. And I'd feel real bad disturbing her if she's on track to success. Wouldn't want to drag her down or anything. That, and I can't keep crawling to Yuki-san for help. I need to handle this on my own. Ow, no, ow, ow.
What's wrong?
Oh, nothing. It's just because I've been buried in work, my stomach's not feeling too great.
Don't push yourself too hard, all right? So, Yuki's got a new place, huh? What kind of restaurant is it?
She hasn't told me much about it. All I know is that she set up shop in Yokohama in a corner of a building that's got a lot of bars.
Sounds like Ijincho.
It probably is. Given the location and how she was the legendary hostess, I'm sure she's running a bar or something. I wish I could swing by, but Since this is a new venture for her, I'd feel like I'd be a bother if I showed up.
Well, I'm actually staying in Ijincho right now.
Wow! Small world! You should drop in and say hi then. That'd totally make Yuki-san's whole day. I mean it. Go!
Alright.
Cool! Let me know how it is. And if she's worried about the club, just tell her everything's going fine and to focus on her place.
Got it. I'll, pass on the message.
Thanks so much. And I hope you can stop by for our grand opening, Kiryu-san.
If I have the time, I will. I know things are tough right now, but don't overdo it. That's always been a bad habit of yours.
Right. I'll keep that in mind. But still, I'm really happy I got to see you again.
And I'm real proud of how much you've grown, Koyuki. I'll catch you later.
All right.
Ginshirin? Has this always been here?
Come on, come in! Come one, come all, and get your fill of sushi!
Ah, don't tell me.
Quit your jabbering and stuff your pie hole with sushi! Don't be shy, sit your bum down and enjoy!
What the hell is she doing?
What's this? A customer?
Ah, damn.
Oh god, my first customer this whole week! Welcome!
I'm, Suzuki.
Oh my gosh! It's Kiryu-san! You just up and disappeared one day, so I thought you gave up the ghost somewhere. I never thought I'd meet you here, of all places. How did you even hear about this place?
Koyuki told me, actually.
Oh, gotcha. Anyway, please come this way. Come on, come in and get your fill of sushi.
Sure thing.
It's been so long, Kiryu-san. Like, what, 15, 16 years?
Has it now? Time really does fly. Can't believe a legendary hostess is making people sushi. Now I've seen it all.
Did that surprise you?
It did, yeah. So why sushi?
Well, I've always wanted to run my own restaurant. Didn't matter how big or small it'd be. And since my specialty is chirashi sushi, I just figured, why not give it a shot with my best dish, you know?
Not a bad plan. The fact that you can put your hard-earned money toward making your dream a reality is impressive in itself. So, how's business? Doing well?
Yeah! No, not at all. I make a pretty mean bowl of chirashi, too. Maybe it just doesn't pair well with booze?
Maybe. Who knows? But you used to be known as the legendary hostess, right? So if you called up some of your old customers, they'll definitely come running.
Yeah, I know, I could, but I can't. Doesn't feel right, you know?
How so?
I mean, if people only ever came here to see me, wouldn't you feel bad for the food? Because then it doesn't matter what I make for them. I shouldn't have to rely on my old rep when I'm trying to run a sushi place. It's just not right. It'd be a totally different story if I had a bar instead, or a joint that runs on service and hospitality. But at my place, the chirashi belongs in the limelight. I want people to come for my sushi, not me.
Well said. Classic Yuki.
You think so?
I do. Sure, at first glance, things may seem overwhelming, but you've got your own principles and ideals, and you never let yourself get carried away. It's very like you. You could have gone with the trends to keep Foreshine on top for over 10 years, but I'm sure it was just as important to you to strike the right balance between old and new. You stayed the best of the best because you managed to do exactly that. You've got what it takes to be a great business owner. Probably.
You really think so?
And your laugh's as creepy as ever.
But it doesn't change the fact that my place ended up being a total flop. I've got so much time on my hands, I get so bored.
Koyuki told me you were super busy, though. Did you lie to her?
Well, yeah, I had to. I mean, I kept raving to her about taking on a new challenge, so telling her I've got nothing but time on my hands is so lame. I don't want her to worry about me either. If I told her my place was practically a barren wasteland, I feel like she'd swing by every single day.
Fair point. Koyuki admires you a lot. Always has, always will.
That just made my whole day. The only reason I can even try all these new ventures is because someone as reliable as Koyuki-chan's supporting me. I really appreciate her. But she's always been a hard worker. I'm a little worried she'll collapse out of sheer exhaustion one day.
About that. Things are looking a little rough on her end right now.
Huh?
Her club's about to have its grand opening, but they're short on staff because some guys have been harassing them. Koyuki's been doing what she can, but the new club's pretty big. I don't know if she can handle all the customers when it opens for business. Doesn't look like she's feeling great either.
Oh gosh, really? I'd totally lend her a hand if she told me.
She just didn't want you to worry about her. Even said she didn't want to drag you down since you told her how busy you were.
Oh, I'm not really that busy though. Guess it's on me for trying to show off. Now I feel awful. Kiryu-san, would it be wrong if I help out Koyuki-chan? Do you think it'd annoy her?
Why are you asking me about what Koyuki think? I'm sure you already know the answer yourself.
Yeah, you're right, Kiryu-san. Thank you. No more being distant. Whenever Koyuki-chan's in a pinch, I'll always be there to help her. The two of us are like sisters, after all. I'm gonna pack up, get ready to head out to Kamurocho and all. I hope you'll come for Forshine's grand opening, too.
If I have the time.
All right, time for this old lady to show off what she's got.
Hey, Yuki.
Oh, hey, Kiryu-san. So this is Forshine Tokyo, huh? Never imagined our club would make its way here. To think our tiny little cabaret that nearly went under would come so far. Sorry, I'm getting a little emotional.
You were against expanding to Kanto, weren't you?
Nah, I wasn't exactly against it. I just, never found the courage. I was scared of failing and losing everything that we built. That's why I could never bring myself to do it. But Koyuki-chan's amazing. She knew the risks and still pressed forward. No matter the end result, this is a huge first step.
Yeah, you're right.
Yo, asshole! You really did a number on me last time.
Who's he? A friend of yours?
Does he look like a friend?
A club's turnout on day one shows how it's gonna do in the future, so we figured we'd crash the party.
Yuki, stand back.
What? You gonna stop us, Grandpa? I'd like to see you try. Come on, it's your bedtime. Ugh, never mind.
All right then. All done cleaning up the entrance. Let's take a look inside, Yuki.
Okay.
Hello? I'm sorry, we're not open yet. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! What? Yuki-san?
Hey there, Koyuki-chan. I heard you were in a pickle, so I came to help out. Well, if that's okay, that is.
Of course that's okay. Why wouldn't it be? But aren't you super busy with your restaurant?
Well, about that. I'm not busy at all. I just wanted to look cool in front of you. I'm so sorry.
Wait, really?
Yeah, really. She had a lot of time on her hands.
Ouch! Truth hurts.
Yuki-san!
Whoa there! What's wrong?
Nothing. I just really, really wanted to see you. I was so lonely without you.
Koyuki-chan! I wanted to see you too. You're doing great, you know.
Hey, it's about time to open up shop, isn't it? Don't you need to get ready?
Oh, right. Yuki-san, do you mind lending me a hand?
Of course I don't mind. Wow, after all these years, I can't believe I get to be a hostess again.
Oh my gosh, I'm so stoked. Come on, this way, Yuki-san.
You just sit tight, Kiryu-san.
All right.
Sorry for the wait. So, what do you think?
Beautiful.
You look stunning, Yuki-san. With you around, it's like we've got 100 girls working the floor.
But today's the grand opening, right? If only we had another first-rate hostess here to really get things rolling.
But do we know anyone like that?
A first-rate hostess, huh? I might know someone.
Huh? You do?
That's great! Could you please ask her?
Sure. I'll give her a call.
I was wondering what's all the hurry, but I never expected you to call me over to a cabaret club.
Who's this?
A friend of mine, Saiko. She's the mama of her own club back in Yokohama.
I'm Koyuki. Oh, sorry for having you come all the way here, Saiko-san.
And I'm Yuki. I've known Kiryu-san for pretty much forever.
Yuki and Koyuki? No way! Yuki-san and Koyuki-san as in the legendary hostesses of Four Shine? Sotenburi's #1 cabaret club?
Yep, we sure are.
Oh my god! Oh, this is incredible. I can't believe I'm meeting actual legends. I have read your cabaret management book over and over, Yuki-san.
Thank you, that's sweet.
Now, when did you get published?
It just happened to happen one day. Man, what was I even thinking? But hearing how someone read it from cover to cover makes me real happy. Anyway, today's our grand opening, Saiko-san, but we're a little short-staffed. I'm sorry this is all so last minute, but do you think you could help us out? We'll definitely pay you and all, so...
Yes, of course, I'd love to. Oh, this would be such a great learning opportunity, and it's such an honor to work alongside you both.
Awesome! Thank you so much.
So, do we have enough hostesses?
Yes, all thanks to you, Kiryu-san. But we still have one more role to fill.
What role? Wait. Don't tell me.
Wow, black really suits you, Kiryu-san. Just like old times, right? Sure takes me back.
Ooh, you look real handsome. Sorry, we don't have many guys working today either. I really appreciate you stepping in.
Oh, hold up. You were a manager at Four Shine, Kiryu-san? How'd that happen?
When you live as long as I have, you experience all sorts of things. I'm already dressed for the part, so I might as well go all the way. Let's make this a night to remember.
Exactly!
It's nearly opening time.
Ready, ladies? Four Shine Tokyo is open for business.
Thanks for coming!
Whew, it's finally over.
That was a great showing, as expected of the Kansai giant Forshine.
Great work, everyone. Y'all did amazing out there.
That goes for you too, Kiryu-san. And I really can't thank you enough, Yuki-san, Saeko-san. Thanks to everyone's efforts, we made it through the night. When I took over for Yuki-san, I didn't want people thinking Forshine was done for the moment it changed hands. That's why I kept pushing to expand to Kanto. But in the end, I just exhausted myself. Honestly, I feel awful for dragging you all into my mess. I wish I could have gone about it better. Yuki-san would have done a better job for sure. I'm really sorry for my incompetence.
Koyuki.
What are you saying, Koyuki-chan? You attempted something I never had the courage to do. Just that by itself is amazing. I wouldn't have even gone for it. Like, yeah, it's true there are things I can do that you can't right now. But same goes the other way around. There are lots of things you can do that I can't even imagine. So you just keep doing you, Koyuki-chan, and give everything 100%. There's really no need to copy me. Not when you've got plenty going for you. Plus, you've got skill, trust me. So believe in yourself. I want you to shine bright as the star of your own show, all right?
Yuki-san.
Yuki-san!
Whoa!
She's amazing. I think I get why everyone calls her the legendary hostess.
Yeah. Me too.
Thank you all so much for today.
You've got a handle on things now?
Yeah, and I think the harassment will die down thanks to you, Kiryu-san. I'm gonna give it 100% for the sake of my precious Forshine. Come stop by again sometime. You too, Saeko-san.
I'd love to.
Keep at it, Koyuki-chan. I think I need to step up my game too. Gotta keep my restaurant afloat.
By the way, what kind of restaurant are you running, Yuki-san? You never told me.
Oh, she didn't? It's a Chirashi sushi place.
Huh? But why sushi of all things?
Oh, you know, you experience all sorts of things when you live as long as I have. Anyway, my business hasn't taken off at all, so I ought to learn from your example and do my best.
Well, we can't have your restaurant go under. I'll visit you every day and have chirashi for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah, I thought you'd say that. But don't worry about me, all right? Just focus on your club.
All right.
Well, guess this is it then. You ladies take care.
Wait!
What's up?
Since we're all here, why don't we do that thing one last time before we head out?
That thing? Oh, right. That.
Yeah, let's do it. You too, Saeko-san. How about it?
That thing from the photo in Yuki-san's book.
All right, fine. Might as well sign off with that.
Okay, here goes. Let's wish each other all the best in our future endeavors.
1, 2, 3.
Forshine! The Champion District, huh? Thinking back on it, old man Komaki used to train me here and over in West Park. West Park's been gone ever since Kamurocho Hills went up. But this place hasn't changed a bit. I swear, from kicking you while you're down to unfair matchups, even full-on shotgun blasts, Komaki knew how to dish it out. His methods might have been a little unorthodox, sure, but I also learned a lot from him. He was pretty aged last time we met, too. Hope he's still doing okay.
Yo! The hell you think you're doing here, Gramps?
Yeah, bro, this is our territory. What, you deaf or something, huh?
No, actually, I didn't. And I'm pretty sure no one else did either.
The hell'd you say?
Alright, fine then. It's beatdown time.
Oh boy. You're dead meat, old-timer. Sorry about it. Now hang on. I'm a nice enough guy. Tell you what, you leave your cash with us, and we'll let you go. Sound fair?
Me-chan! What a guy.
I don't have time for this.
Hold it! You fucking with us? And after I was all generous and shit?
And shit is a good way to describe it.
Man, shut up! Alright, fine. Guess we'll just kill you then.
That mouth of yours is trouble. Better learn to shut it. Or the next guy might not be so nice.
We're so sorry!
Well, aren't you a sight? No doubt you fought your share of battles, hmm? Huh? Wait, now, are you?
Hey, nice to meet you. Forgive me, but have we met?
I see. Live long enough, and you're bound to have a secret or two. Sorry, it seems I was mistaken. Well, you look very similar to an old pupil of mine. But that was long ago, of course.
Is that right?
The name's Sotaro Komaki, master of the Komaki School. I teach martial arts here in town, and have for quite some time. So, you new here? Come out this way on a trip or something?
Oh, no, just here running an errand. I'll be leaving soon.
Ah. Then, while I have you, any interest in becoming my pupil? Fair chance you'll improve your skills 100 times over.
You know, had you asked me when I was younger, I might have taken you up on that. Unfortunately, I've got other things on my plate right now. Sorry.
Sure. Can't argue there. Well then, at least give ear to the ramblings of an old man. For years now, I've taught martial arts to anyone willing, from ambitious youth to aimless drifter. Among them was a strong, kind man with a fist to match even mine. And though he never spoke of them, his scars were selfless ones. Intriguing as he was, I considered him my #1 pupil. He even went on to influence my other students as well. Perhaps it was what you might call charisma. Of all those who came and went, he was the only one who had it. Now then, much to my dismay, my pupils tell me he's already passed away. Nevertheless, I sometimes dream of giving lessons to him once more, just as I had in West Park with all the homeless. Listen, truth is, I don't have much time left. So can I ask you a favor? There's something I'd like to do before I die.
And what's that?
I'd like to round things off. One final fight, a duel for the ages. Who better than my #1 pupil? Forgive me, a man that looks like him, I mean. So how about it? Help an old man out?
I can do that. I may not be your pupil, but I'll give it my all.
Well then, I hope you don't mind if I do the same. In the name of true strength, Sotaro Komaki answers the call!
How was that, old man?
My, you are something.
Really, you don't have much time? You're way tougher than anyone else out here.
It's been a good while since I got to go all out. No other pupil of mine's ever had what it takes. Anyhow, it seems I've nothing left to teach you.
Maybe you're still mistaken, but can I tell you something?
What's that?
A while back, I did in fact do martial arts training, and from someone just like you. Whenever he found someone looking to get stronger, he'd always take them under his wing. This training was unique, to say the least, but his passion was unmatched. He taught me it's not just one's strength, but their will. I'm sure he's still out there holding on to those beliefs, raising others, just like he raised me.
Beliefs, hmm? Well, I'm sure he'd be very proud of his former student. He'd see a determination to lay it all out on the line for others, and the kindness needed to protect them. He'd say, "You haven't changed a bit." But remember, those things can always be used against you. Careful, you don't let your guard down. Anyhow, with that, I think I've said all I need.
I'll keep it in mind. Anyway, take care, all right? I'm glad we got to meet. Thanks again, old man.
Sure. Farewell, then, stranger. As long as these old bones hold, I'll continue devoting myself to my pupils. Perhaps someday we'll fight again, should our paths cross. Until then, keep on keeping on, hmm?
Likewise. Guess the Komaki school's got a lot of students these days. No doubt they're all learning the same lessons I did. I learned a lot from Old Man Komaki, and not just techniques. In fact, I'm still learning from him every day. Keep on keeping on, old man. Hello?
Kiryu, Date here.
Date-san.
I'm in Eugene show at the moment. Come out with me. We should talk. Don't try making out like you're too busy.
Is this important?
That bucket list thing you were telling me about before. I've been mulling it over ever since. Got me thinking I have too much unfinished business myself.
If I can be of some help, I'll come.
There we go. See you soon.
Where should we meet?
Rose Blossom, the cabaret club. I'll tell the bar to expect you. Right, I'll be waiting. There he is. Took you long enough. Much obliged. We've got it from here. Going over to that table.
Very good, sir. Please enjoy yourselves.
Well, what are we doing here exactly?
I appreciate you coming down here, Kiryu. You won't regret it, I think.
I'll trust you on that. Whose table was that just now, by the way? Do you two know each other? You were drinking together.
I'd introduce you to the guy, but the Daidoji faction wouldn't be happy with me.
Hmm? What's that supposed to mean?
Kid's name is Taichi. The boy you raised at Morning Glory, that Taichi.
What?
Don't start gawking at him. He hasn't clocked you either, it would seem.
Hey, don't order another yet. I need a second. Any more and I'll pass out on my way home.
It's all right, handsome. I'll watch over you until the morning.
Oh, really? You'd do that?
It's not an offer I'd make to just anyone, Tai-chan. But I feel safe with you.
That's really great. Yokohama girls are the best.
To be fair, he's of legal drinking age. Back in Okinawa, he works as a fireman.
I can't believe it. That's Taichi. What's he doing here?
I heard he was visiting a friend in Tokyo, so I rang him up. Offered to take him around Yokohama. Not like I was ever that close to the boy. Couldn't think of any better place to go than here. Jinsho women sure can work wonders on men like him. Doubt he even noticed I left.
What's the meaning of all this, Date-san? He's supposed to think I'm dead. Why would you invite me somewhere he could spot me?
Because if he doesn't realize who he's looking at, there's no problem. That's why you and I are keeping our distance. Much as I'd like it, I know you can't speak directly. I still thought seeing him like this would be better than never seeing him at all.
Date-san.
You've always been too stubborn to look backward. Tell me, how does it feel? Would dying have been easier without this memory? Don't your kids warrant a spot on your list?
I'd heard about him becoming a firefighter, you know. I still keep tabs on all of them, but I never planned on seeing them again. I couldn't even risk hoping to.
That's why we're here. This is my unfinished business. You've gone through life telling yourself you have no regrets. It's not true. You just refuse to acknowledge them. And if there's anyone still breathing in this world who could convince you of that, I suppose it's me.
Date-san.
I know. When the Daidoji helped you fabricate your death, I went along with it. And it cost you everything. Haruka, Haruto. A life cut off from the people you love. I replay those events over and over in my head, wondering if I could have changed the outcome.
It was my responsibility. My death was the only thing that could have ensured their safety. Date-san, you have nothing to blame yourself for.
Either way, that was a long time ago. Maybe now I could make a difference? Maybe?
Hold on. Who are they?
Oh, I'm not sure, actually.
Hey, why are all the girls hanging out here? Send some to our table.
Very sorry, sir. We'll address this at once.
You'd better. We're paying customers too, ain't we?
I apologize, everyone. I didn't know I'd be so popular in here.
That's because Tai-chan is the cutest. I won't drink with anyone else.
You mean it?
Piss off, you dumb fucking tourist. You really think you're hot shit?
Damn it. I might have tipped those girls too well. Wanted Taichi to have a good time, you know.
This is dangerous. Everyone's too drunk.
Hey, you're being very impolite, aren't you? Calm down and someone will join you soon.
Excuse me? I don't take lift from working girls.
Whoa, what the hell? You can't do that! Never hit a woman!
Hey, don't be a fool. As long as Taichi's there, you can't intervene.
All night's ruined now. I'm gonna discipline this chick.
No!
Huh?
That's enough. You make me sick.
The hell?
Tai-chan!
You're dirt, punk!
You want to discipline her, huh? Learn some discipline yourself.
Well, I'll be. Who would have thought Taichi had it in him?
He's full of surprises.
Not so fucking fast! Hey, shit dick!
Nobody likes a guy who hogs the tits.
Ah, Taichan, are you okay? Please get up, please.
Excuse me, that's quite enough. Leave it once or I'll call the police.
Shut your mouth! This is your fault, scumbag!
This ends right now, or I'll pay you back for Taichi 10 times over.
Uncle. Is it really you, Uncle Kaz? Uncle.
Hands off of me! Everybody has a death wish tonight. Whole world's been shitting on me. Now, I'm gonna shit on all of you!
Oh, all the damn luck. It wasn't supposed to go like this.
Will it be all right?
Oh, well, sleeping like a baby. He's more drunk than he is hurt. Maybe we overdid it a little.
He's fine.
Sir?
He's gonna make a great firefighter. Boy's in good shape. Hell, he's a grown man.
Taichi's gonna wake up before too long. You should leave. We'll catch up. I'll stay behind and try to clean up this mess.
Thanks.
Uncle Kaz!
Hey, rise and shine, kid. What a night.
Oh, I'm real sorry. I remember there was a fight. Somebody came and defended me.
Somebody? You mean was Kiryu here?
Huh?
Joking. You were calling out for him, Taichi. Uncle Kaz, you said.
Really? Weird. Guess I was dreaming.
The good news is you held your own, protecting that girl of yours. Huh. Not every man is the sort who'd do that, you know. Even if they wanted to.
Actually, that's my trick when I need to be brave. I think about what Uncle Kiryu would do. When I remember the way he was, it's like I can shut down any fear inside me.
You don't say. That's a pretty clever technique. Should give it a try myself.
Yeah, sure. It always works for me.
This place good?
Kanagawa PD contact recommended it to me. Order one drink, sit as long as you like. From now on, consider this my Ijincho hideout.
So you mean...
Think I'll stay around town for a bit. You know, stay on top of that bucket list of yours. Taichi's little night out was only the start of it. I've got calls going out all over Yokohama.
Stop. You realize that if the Daidoji faction catches on, we'll both pay.
They haven't objected yet, have they? Not even Taichi knows you're still out there. Trust me, the fearsome Daidoji faction has nothing to worry about.
You're testing them.
Look, I realize I'm taking a risk here, but when it comes to your final days, I don't care. Nothing you say is gonna stop me. If Daidoji has a problem, they know where I am. So then, Taichi stir anything in you? Do you regret what happened tonight? Because I saw your face just before you left. The way you looked at that proud young man. You have ties to this world. They don't disappear when you turn your back.
You're not wrong.
Dragons don't have the luxury of dying forgotten. Taichi remembers you. People remember you. Kazuma Kiryu never walked the easiest path, but the steps he took always bore fruit. You have the responsibility to reap the harvest you've sown. I've never been more certain. I'll call you again. Kasuga and all that is important, but take some time for yourself, too.
Date-san. Thank you. I don't have the words. I'll never forget what you're doing for me. Taichi and the others. I thought maybe I'd been able to let go. That even if I never saw them again, I'd be fine. But when I heard his voice with my own ears, when he was right there in front of me, who knew I'd be so happy? I certainly didn't.
That's more than you need to say. Now I've got quite some work to do. So, let's catch up. For the record, Taichi's safely back in Okinawa by now. Saw him off at the airport personally. Bought him enough tchotchkes to fill a duffel bag. That cabaret fight shouldn't sour his memories of the city.
Good. Taichi's lucky to have you looking out. Thank you, Date-san.
Hang on. Too early to start thanking me. We need to talk about what's next.
Hmm?
Come on. Taichi's far from the only one you've shut out. You've been dead to the world. How many years?
That's what I'm supposed to be. Dead men don't keep in touch. The Daidoji faction made that clear. They only back me as long as I stick to the shadows.
Then what happens now? There's video evidence of Kazuma Kiryu still walking the earth. Force majeure, as the French call it, out of our hands. Daidoji say anything about that yet?
No, nothing so far.
As I thought, they're not omnipotent anyway. Not half as much as they were.
What are you trying to say, Date-san?
Only that, the way I see it, the Daidoji faction has reason to loosen your leash a bit. If circumstances align for a near miss or two with old friends, they'll likely be too occupied to care.
Maybe. But you're forgetting. I keep my promises, whether I'm forced to or not.
Oh, I'm well aware. But seeing Taichi didn't make you break your word, did it? You keep your distance, they never know you're there. I'm sure the Daidoji won't raise a stink.
And if I were one of them, I'd be none too happy.
Bloody hell. Does that backbone of yours ever bend? How about this, then? You know what Kamurocho's like these days. With the Tojo and Omi put to pasture, the Yakuza are just a memory. Petty criminals filled that gap. Better or worse, they're too insignificant to pin down. Cops have nothing to hold on to with them.
I get it. So what?
Some Kamurocho folk think it's worse than ever. Reminds me, Akiyama's gone quiet lately.
Hmm? Akiyama? You can't find him? Date-san, when was the last time you two spoke?
Just after the dissolution, I suppose. He caught wind Kazuma Kiryu might have had a hand in it. Akiyama went hunting for anything he could find, but came back with nothing more than rumors. He rang me up late one night during his investigations. I've tried calling him since, but there's never an answer. He might have finally left town.
What? So he just disappeared? Do you even know if he's alive?
The thought occurred to me, so I've kept a watch going. If he shows up, the police will know. Are you worried? He's just one of plenty you've turned your back to, after all.
I can't help but be curious. Of course I want to know how they're all doing.
That's so. Glad you finally said it. I'd feel the same way in your shoes. It's time to do something about that.
Tell me what you want from me, Date-san.
I thought I'd been clear. This whole bucket kick list of yours is an opportunity. You and the Daidoji can stay honest with each other while we get you some closure on things. Leave everything to me. Akiyama, too. I'll dig him up somehow.
Date-san.
Who else out there do you need to see? Think. Kamurocho's got a lot of faces. You spent practically half your life on those streets.
The people who meant the most to me are dead. Kazuma-san, Yumi, even Nishiki. I still visit their graves. In fact, I was just there recently. To say I'll be with them soon.
God's sake. All right, let's focus on the ones who are still above ground. Because, like it or not, that includes you, for now. So who else, hmm?
This is too much pressure for me to think. It's not a simple question.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Don't mind me. The older I get, the less patience I seem to have. Take all the time you need.
Kamurocho locals that I knew. Well, I guess there's Kazuki and Yuya.
There you go. That's a great call, in fact. Kazuki and Yuya. They're doing well, last I checked. As you know, Stardust fell to the Korean Mafia some time back, but it's up and running again.
Is that so?
Yep, now that we have that settled, I only have to come up with a plan. Some way the Daidoji faction will write off as a coincidence, just in case. Like with Taichi, we need the perfect setting. Give me a bit of time.
Whatever you say. I'll go along with this because I trust you. Thanks, Date-san.
Stop it. This is something I want to do. There's no need for one word of appreciation. And there it is, Kamurocho's prevailing host club, Stardust.
Prevailing, huh? They've come a long way, I suppose.
Obviously, the Jingon occupation brought some drastic changes a while back. Now it's returned to its more traditional roots, so to speak. That Kazuki boy's always had a vision.
You're not kidding. That's not just traditional. It's downright nostalgic.
Huh?
Yuya.
Huh. Honestly, things never change. Right in the middle of the street.
Like I give a shit who you're with. The Tojo clan couldn't even get protection money from us. Get out of here. Don't come back again.
You're freaking dead! We're gonna ruin this joint!
But the best you got for me? Real Kamurocho natives sneeze better threats. Let me teach you. Never screw with the big boys.
Ah!
Hey, isn't that... Oh, my gosh! Kazuki-san! He's the coolest! And Yuya-san's here too! I'm a Sendik.
Nicely done, Yuya. You're as fearless as the day I met you.
Kazuki-san. I'll cover the outside. You worry about business on the inside.
You know how boring it is without you in there? Come. There's always more to do.
On it.
Wow! So chic! Stardust! I want to marry this place!
Seems as popular as ever, huh?
I suppose so. I appreciate you helping me get one last look at them.
Slow down. Hey, that was the owner just now, right? Hell of a show.
Oh, yeah, wasn't it?
Those crooks were looking for protection money? Amazing how you all beat them back. And by the looks of it, business is booming for you boys.
Suppose so. We're pretty old-fashioned as host clubs go. Our competitors like to say we're behind the times. But Kazuki-san's a great boss, and with him in charge again, we're all eager to work here. The fact that he still pulls in such young fans is especially motivating. Us young bloods have to keep up.
I'm glad to see people still admire Kazuki and Yuya.
That'll never change. They've always been a different breed. And Kamurocho fixtures for decades. Most people have forgotten by now, but the Jingon Mafia took this place some time ago. They had money, weapons, people. Things got really rough for a bit.
Jingon used Stardust to launch their Kamurocho expansion. It was a smart play.
Oh, mister, you know your stuff. Have you heard the entire history behind it all? As to why the Jingon was targeting Kamurocho in the first place, I mean. You see, the Korean Mafia was beaten, badly, by Tojo Clan Yakuza back in the 80s. Meaning, no offense, you two look like you might have been around back then. Do you know about the Dragon of Dojima?
Yep, I've heard the name before at least.
I figured. No one who knows anything about Kamurocho wouldn't know Kazuma Kiryu after all. Yeah, Kiryu-san was a legend who kicked the Jingon out almost single-handedly. Kazuki-san and Yuya, though, had the misfortune of being his friends. So, when the Jingon Mafia finally came back, they went straight for Stardust in retribution. You could say Kazuki-san was just another victim of Kazuma Kiryu's legacy of violence.
Huh. Not exactly sure that's accurate. You know?
Don't you think? I gotta say, this city's story has always been about honest people paying for the underground sins. At least the Jingon are dead and buried now, anyway. Kiryu-san too, so I've been told. And with all of them gone, it fell to Kazuki-san to rebuild on his own. It kills me to think of him having to bow his head to every moneylender in town. If those criminals could hear me from hell, especially Kiryu, I'd have some words for him.
I see. Fair enough. I'd say you've got a point.
Hey!
Thanks for your time. Hope we didn't bother you.
No, of course not. No bother at all, sirs.
Hey, where are you going? This isn't what we came for. Kazuki and Yuya are coming to Serena in a little while.
Don't tell me you invited them there.
I'm not saying you have to reveal yourself. It's just a chance to hear them, see how they're really doing.
No. I saw for myself they're doing well. And I've heard enough.
Oh, come on, don't say that. I promise you, whatever that toddler of a host said, Kazuki and Yuya don't agree with him. I've never heard them utter one word of resentment.
Even still,
Honestly, just come upstairs. What's a Kamurocho trip without revisiting this place anyway? Think of it as part of the tour. Ah, there you are. Good to see you, Kazuki, Yuya.
Likewise. Thank you for inviting us.
Not every day the legendary detective of Kamurocho asks you out for drinks.
Is that the kind of barefaced flattery Stardust customers get treated to, Yuya?
That wasn't flattery. Everyone knows I speak my mind, pure and simple.
All right, all right.
Hey, by the way, this place is empty. You didn't, reserve the whole bar for us, did you?
Not at all. This is the slow time of night. Always clears out around now.
Come on, Yuya. Don't be presumptuous.
Okay, Kazuki-san, but I bet you were thinking the same thing.
Here it is, trying to clear your name by muddying mine. I apologize for that, Date-san.
Oh, get this, Date-san. Know what happened earlier? Some small-timers actually came around for protection fees.
Yeah, I saw. Happened to be down the street during the confrontation. Well fought. Don't tell anyone I said that. Technically, I probably should have arrested you.
How are you always so up to date?
Rolling on Stardust's front door just now? Gotta say, it actually brought back memories.
Yeah? Of what sort?
Huh. Do you have to ask? I'm sure we're all thinking the same thing.
Yep. Dead to rights, yeah?
Come on, don't keep me in suspense.
Back in the day, Yuya would hurl Yakuza hither and yon from our doorway. Let's say for one, Kiryu-san, naturally.
I get it now. Of course he'd come to mind.
Hard to believe that was almost 20 years ago now.
Yeah, crazy. I can count on one hand the fights I've lost in my life, but I've never felt strength like his before or since. That first night, he looked just like any other mid-rank soldier come to squeeze us.
Huh. Little did you know you were picking a fight with the Dragon of Dojima.
Time never slows down, huh? Soon, Kiryu-san will have been dead for as long as I knew him when he was alive.
Yuya keeps a bottle on reserve just in case he ever shows up again someday. One of our most expensive bottles, in fact. Doesn't exactly help our bottom line.
Well, Yuya's not alone there. Sometimes I'm stunned he's been gone so long.
Bet everyone in this district who ever met the guy feels that, now and again.
Maybe. Still, he had a way of bringing trouble wherever he went, wouldn't you say? Stardust must have surely suffered over the years because of him, no? Your doorman has something of a grudge against him, in fact.
Can't in good faith deny that, I guess. Talk about someone the world just has it out for. There were times he'd waltz in, and you'd know a storm was coming. I don't know. Do you think Kiryu-san would forgive me if he heard me say that?
It's fine. If you're still carrying this with you, might as well let it out.
Okay. The thing is, no one ever took the brunt of it worse than Kiryu-san himself. When that man clenched his jaw and furrowed his eyes, all your doubts would disappear.
I'll never forget the first time we met. He was ready to overthrow the Tojo clan, all on his own. But then, he found a little girl worth 10 billion yen, and decided to protect her like she was his own blood. After that, Kiryu-san became an icon to this city. Anyone who knew him knew the courage he could instill. Every twist and turn, all our troubles and hard times felt bearable then.
Yeah, that's what Kiryu-san was to us. That's why it's so hard to believe he's gone for good.
Hey, Date-san. Why tonight? Why invite both of us here all of a sudden? Did anything happen recently?
What do you mean?
I wonder. News of Kiryu-san, perhaps? A sighting, a rumor, a word? Some sliver of evidence somehow suggesting that his death was a feint?
Don't do this to yourselves. I'm sorry, but I called you because I felt like seeing some old friends.
I see. And that's all it is?
Come on. Can you blame us for hoping for something more?
You too.
Kazuki-san likes to say that Kiryu-san deserves to have us honor his legacy. That's why Stardust was worth all the scraping and clawing it took to get it back.
Yeah, that must have been difficult. But from the looks of it, Stardust has truly recovered. Kamurocho itself even, like the city's healing from Tenkaichi Street out.
For the first time in a long time, I think I'd be proud for him to visit us again. I'd like him to know that we're still standing. I suppose I understand Yuya and his bottle now.
It's all right. I have a feeling he's damn proud of the both of you. Believe me, there's not a doubt in my mind. I should apologize for dragging you all the way up there. I know you're busy.
You don't have to do that. I appreciate all the work it took.
Kazuki and Yuya, well, feel free to tell me I was right. Those two have always looked up to you. Maybe Kamurocho can become a little bit better if its people don't forget the man who fought for it. How was it hearing all that?
It was good. I felt happy. Like listening in on your own funeral, though.
Yeah, that's understandable, I suppose. Although, what better way to find perspective on the life you've led than that? No one expects they're the poor bastard everyone will say good riddance over. Except maybe you. You think you only ever put people in danger. I'm gonna prove to you you're wrong. I'm working on another clandestine reunion. Stay in touch until then.
Thanks for the drink. See you again soon.
Good night, Kiryu. Do your best to hold on to what they said.
I'm prepared.
Good. As it happens, there are a few familiar faces visiting Ijincho at the moment.
I suppose that's pure coincidence.
Would you believe I didn't invite them? The Seiryu clan did. To prepare for the dissolution, Ebina has been in touch with regional families across Japan. These two have come to answer his call, all the way from Hiroshima. Onomichi, actually.
Onomichi?
A Yomei Alliance subsidiary, the Hirose families Tagashira and Matsunaga, here in Ijincho right now.
Tagashira. Matsunaga.
They're here to investigate the Seiryu for themselves. Unfortunately, Captain Nagumo couldn't make it.
Investigate, you said?
If Ebina's dissolution succeeds, every Yakuza group in the country will feel its effects. No matter where they're located, no family can ignore Yokohama right now. So, Tagashira and Matsunaga are here to survey and report back on behalf of the Yomei.
Wow. They're representing all of Hiroshima, that means.
The Hirose family might have started small, but they've been making a name for themselves. Many would credit their old patriarch Toru for that. He died doing wet work for the former Yomei chairman. He died loyally. As such, he left behind a family worthy of respect. They report directly to the chairman now. Which means your boys are officers of the main family. They're trusted with a lot these days.
I see. How about that?
What's wrong? You've got that look on your face. You don't want to see him?
It isn't that. Not exactly. I'm worried how they'd react if they knew I survived.
Why? Think they'd take it poorly?
The Hirose family was small, but they were as tight-knit as any family I've seen. As soon as I entered their lives, that all changed. And Hirose's death was a direct consequence of that. If I'd never set foot in Hiroshima, Tagashira and the others might still have their boss. I never apologized to them. In fact, I took the easy way out by going into hiding. How could I ever show my face to them again?
Who said you'd show your face? Hang back, just like with Kazuki and everyone. Hear Tagashira himself say what they think of you. Honestly, you should get how this works by now.
Maybe so.
Remember, Hiroshima is part of your legacy. The last heroic stand of Kazuma Kiryu. Tagashira and Matsunaga saw history made there. Don't you find the prospect intriguing? Hearing their thoughts on your final moments?
That's a sad way of putting it. You make it sound like I'm some voyeur.
Either way, the timing of their Ijincho trip is perfect for us. Don't question serendipity. They're drinking at a bar nearby, right now. Let's not miss them. See them there, Kiryu? Those are your boys.
Yeah. It's like they haven't changed at all. Same as when we met. Well, not completely. It's strange seeing them with subordinates of their own.
For shit's sake. How long they gonna make us wait? Came all the way to Yokohama for this?
They're treating us like dirt here. Supposed to be honored guests. Seiryu hospitality, my ass. We're Hiroshiman dignitaries for crying out loud.
Doesn't seem like they're in a good mood.
Are they that pissed off that a girl hasn't sat down with them yet? Really?
Not sure. Hard to tell from just eavesdropping.
Right then. I'll take it from here. Let's get a better look at these big shots, huh?
Date-san, what are you doing?
The Daidoji faction doesn't own me, in case you've forgotten. I can say hi to whomever I want.
Date-san! Damn it.
And just who might you be?
Tokyo Metropolitan Detective Makoto Date. Are you two familiar with me?
We look like guys with lots of cop friends. Go polish your badge. Should warn you, these two pups ain't housebroken. Any closer and they might bite you.
Hey, calm down. There's no need to be a prick.
The hell? You got your head screwed on wrong, or you just want to die, old man?
Whoa, hold a second, Tagashira. Tokyo detective named Date, he said. Kiryu Aniki had a buddy called that, right?
Huh? Now that you mention it, wait. So then what's he doing here?
You're Hirose, Tagashira and Matsunaga, correct? Be happy to buy you boys a drink. I'm off duty, not looking to bust anyone. Just want some company. Same as you two, from what I can see.
Yeah, well, the girls here ain't exactly swarming us.
You sure about this, Aniki? I mean, knocking them back with the fuzz?
You heard him. Man's off duty right now. We're just three assholes, no titles and nothing. This way, we never drank with the enemy team. Yeah, that's what you're saying, right, Dante-san?
Yep, couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, all right then. Matsunaga Aniki says you can buy his drinks. You can buy his drinks.
Good, I appreciate it. Let me ask you both something. You sounded pretty pissed off before. Why was that? It's never just because of the girls.
Nah, it wasn't about that. Yokohama's a long trip for us, and we're being treated like hicks. There's ex-Yakuza all over town, and they're eyeing us like we got a disease.
The Seiryu clan sure as hell not offering to cut us into anything worth a damn. Why even invite us? Too worried about their own profits taking a hit.
I mean, look around. They're scoping us out from every angle. They all stare, but nobody says as much as hello.
Wait a second. You mean everyone here is Yakuza?
Eugene shure's got ex-Tojo and Omi guys crawling around like roaches right now. We're doing fine for ourselves out west in Hiroshima. Only came by to be courteous.
What he means is the Yomei Alliance asked us directly, and we followed orders.
I wonder, is your table so barren because they're trying to ice you out?
Maybe women around here are smart enough not to drink with a couple of small-town bumfucks.
Say that again, asshole!
Whatever it is you're looking for here, you're not gonna find it. So screw off.
Oh, whoa. Big talk from men that what got dissolved, huh? You bastards really want to throw down, huh?
Go ahead! Nobody cut our family's balls off!
Whoa, Hiroshima thugs are all talk, right? I'm sure we can take them. Catch the next train home, fuckers! Or we'll punch your ticket for you!
Huh? Who the hell's that?
Hey, you need to stay back, damn it. Kiryu...
Huh?
Kiryuin.
Kiryuin? Date-san, you know this guy?
Oh, no. I mean, maybe.
Hiroshiman dignitaries should know better than to disrespect the cities they visit. This is how blood starts running.
What's your deal?
We'll handle this from here. Right, Date-senpai?
Yes, of course. This is my junior partner, Kiryuin. Okay, everything's settled? You two leave while you can.
You're out of your mind. This ain't no one's fight but ours.
Damn it, stop! You're in enough crap already. Stay back!
Ah! Ain't this a story from back home? Who knew a junior detective could throw haymakers like that? Nah, only out here would you find a cop stronger than a Yakuza.
Stronger. Ha! He's good, but I wouldn't go that far. Yeah, I get it now, though. No wonder Tokyo PD got these city Yakuza neutered so bad, huh? Right, champ?
Sorry about him. He doesn't say much.
That's a good quality in people. Strong and silent. Actually, he reminds me of a guy we knew.
Yeah, you know, I was thinking the same thing. Kiryanaki. Same kind of mojo.
Oh?
Exactly. Something about this quiet son of a gun reminds me so much of him.
Huh. Is that so? I'm not sure. After all, I've known Kiryu much longer than you two would have. No offense, but he's much cooler than this one.
No, you know what? That's a very good point. I mean, look at him. The guy, sure, look at this guy. I mean, Kiryanaki was way more badass.
Okay, probably so.
Although, strange how alike your names are. Kiryu, Kiryuin, right?
Both names sound tough, I'd say. Except Kazuma Kiryu. Whew! Man, that name's just on another level for us. From the moment we first met him, he redefined what the Yakuza meant.
That he did.
Oh. What did he do for you? Was it even a change for the better, do you think?
That's hard to say. Kiryu Aniki guided us through dark times. Our patriarch Hirose died. So did Chairman Kurusu. Onomichi's big secret came out, and it's still getting attention. And then, the man we took as our Aniki got killed. Oh, could have asked him so much more. Just stormed in one day and fixed up messes. Like pulling up every rotten weed that sprung since World War II. Now, the police say that Kazuma Kiryu took all the other mysteries with him to his grave. But that's gotta be a load of bull! They gotta know more than they're telling us.
Plus, all the big shot politicians got their asses saved by the cover-up. Those, Daidoji, what do you call them? Of course, they're the reason the Ome Alliance made us a direct subsidiary.
I guess that the Hirose family came out all the better thanks to Kiryu Aniki at the end of the day. Nowadays, we got way more prestige. All the Onomichi locals tease us about it, though.
I think that's a good thing. Oh, wouldn't you agree?
But putting all that aside, there's something about the whole thing that still hurts.
Yeah, you got that right.
What is it, if I may ask?
The Hirose family's down to just 3 proper members between Captain Nagumo and us. Our youngest officer was named Yuta, and he's off in Okinawa living his dream life. Good for him. But his Yakuza just feels like things are never gonna be as good as they were then. Kiryu Aniki inspired us to heights we never imagined ourselves in.
Seriously, Kazuma Kiryu's final battle, and we were there to see it. Hiroshima woke up for one big, incredible moment. Then went back to being the same old sleepy town as it ever was. Just empty and tired.
Helps knowing Patriarch Hirose would have wanted it that way. Plus, he got to spend his last minutes fighting Kazuma Kiryu with everything he had. When he died, it looked like he was at peace.
Yeah, I will never forget that.
For the old man, part of it must have been finally not having to do Takeru Kurusu's dirty work anymore. Even still, he was a model Yakuza, and he died a
Yakuza's death.
More and more, I've been getting into dumbass fights like that one. Just looking to cash my chips in.
If you two hadn't stopped us, we might have died bleeding out in this cheap hostess bar.
Now that's a Yakuza's death.
Just a red stain on a tacky carpet. A long ways from home. How the hell did it get this bad without us even noticing? Between Hirose-san and Kiryuaniki, all we talk about anymore is the ones we lost. Same old shit every day, over and over. If they could see us right now, they'd be ashamed. And you know what? It was seeing Kiryuin-san fight just now that made me realize it.
Say that again.
Funny how little things like that can open your eyes. What's going on now? Are you leaving? I'm still buying. No need to quit early.
That's all right. We're headed home. Seiryu clan's been investigated by us enough, I'd say. Right now, all I want is to tell Captain Nagumo everything that happened here tonight.
Oh, what will you say to him?
That over in Jinsho, we finally met someone Kiryuaniki might have seen something in. Now, Cap will never believe us, not in a million years. He'll say we're drunk and stupid. But I'm gonna tell him, even if it shouldn't have been possible, I saw what I saw tonight.
So did I.
Oh, well, that's great. All right, I won't keep you any longer.
In that case, let me say one last thing to you both. The Seiryu clan's plot, all these Yakuza amassing underneath them, they can't be trusted. Hiroshima needs to stay as far out of this as it can.
With respect and all, no shit, Detective. That Ebina's a smooth-talking swindler, but the Yomei Alliance ain't dumb enough to fall for it. Hiroshima will steer clear of the conflict. Promise you that.
Of course, Kiryuin-san. Your advice is appreciated. We're bidding Yokohama farewell now, if that's all right.
Okay. Nice meeting you.
It's good to see you, Kiryuin-san.
Maybe I'm crazy, but I get the feeling they might have figured you out.
Maybe they did.
Sheesh. If your boys ended up in that brawl, it could have painted a target on the entire Yomei Alliance. And to avoid getting sucked into war, easiest thing would be to cut off the Hirose family and be done with it.
Yeah.
That said, it was reckless of you to jump in there. Don't come crying to me if you get busted.
Do you think I'm blaming you? I'm very grateful. If not for your initiative, I never would have spoken to those two again. Back in Hiroshima, I made a mess of things, and I left without fixing them. I didn't deserve to know what happened next. But I was always curious.
And I'm glad we did what we did.
Thanks for the drinks. I'll see you again.
Till then, good night, Kiryu. All right. Our guest this time came all the way from Kyushu, Chief Nakajima of Nagasu Taxi.
Chief Nakajima.
He looked after you during your stint as a cab driver back in Fukuoka, didn't he? Hey, what's up? You remember him, right? Don't tell me I wasted my time calling him here.
You didn't. Besides, I wouldn't be that ungrateful. It's just... I never thought I'd see him again. Chief Nakajima was about the only civilian I spent a lot of time with.
You tried running from your past back then, too, didn't you? Even went by the alias Taichi Suzuki and everything. Trouble always finds you somehow. In the past and even now.
You said you called a chief here? How was he? He must be getting along in years now. Did he seem well?
Oh, I don't know. Why don't you go see for yourself?
What? Did something bad happen to him?
Oh, good heavens, I can't drink that much. Well, ain't this a pickle?
Oh, come on, Mr. Chief. Don't be shy. Today's a special treat, isn't it?
Well, you ain't wrong there. Speaking of which, Date-san's not here yet. Wonder what's taking him. This ain't a scam, right? You're not gonna rip me off.
Don't worry. Date-san gave me a rundown. That man's a real detective, you know.
Date-san, what was with that ominous look earlier?
Well, as you can see, he's doing great. Figured it'd make you appreciate the reunion more. Cab company's not exactly doing well, but the chief does everything he can to keep it going.
That's great. Glad to hear it.
Thought so.
Wait, Date-san, you've never met Chief Nakajima before, right? How did you even get him to come all the way here?
Well, I might have abused a bit of my police authority. Told him that I wanted to ask him about his former employee, Taichi Suzuki.
What?
Also told him it was a personal investigation and that we couldn't talk over the phone since the higher-ups don't know about it. I asked if he could come to Yokohama instead.
You do know how suspicious that sounds, right? I'm surprised the chief fell for that.
I offered to cover his travel expenses, so it's basically a paid vacation. His drinks at this club are even on me. Oh, don't give me that look, man.
What? I was just worried about you. You're always coming up with all these lies for me.
I thought I told you this before. I'm only doing all this because I want to. Don't sweat it.
10 years ago, he told me himself to come back and work for him again, no matter what. He gave me a hand when I hit rock bottom, and I was never able to thank him for that.
Got it. Guess it'll be on me to tell him all of that.
This place sure is a riot. Hey, maybe I ought to move to Yokohama myself.
Wow, would you really? Then you could come visit me every day. I'll be here waiting.
Boy, I do that and I'll be broke in no time.
Oh. Pleasure meeting you, Chief Nakajima. I'm Date. You been enjoying yourself?
Oh, gosh darn it, I'm sorry. Got a little carried away there. Nearly forgot I was meeting up with you, Mr. Detective.
No need for the formalities. Thanks for coming all the way here. Mind if I take a seat?
Oh, no, not at all. Please do. Still, to think Suzuki-san's name would come up again. But like I told you on the phone, the last I saw Suzuki-san was 10 years ago. How's that even gonna help the police?
Well, truth be told, I knew Suzuki personally outside my work as a detective. Honestly, I just wanted to have a drink with someone else who knew him. Sorry for making a fuss out of this, Chief.
Oh, no, it's fine. You even paid for me to travel here and all. Besides, I feel the same way about Suzuki-san. Wasn't one for words, but I could never forget him. Just that kind of fella, you know. So what happened? Did Suzuki-san cause some kind of incident? He ain't getting arrested, is he?
Huh? No, I'm not going to arrest him. See, Suzuki's been dead for a few years now.
Huh? Come again? You ain't pulling my leg or nothing.
You didn't know?
No, not at all. Had no clue. So that's what happened to Suzuki-san? I can't believe my ears. He was always so serious, a real dedicated fella.
Hey, something doesn't seem to be adding up here. Just double checking. You were aware that Taichi Suzuki was a fake name, right?
A fake name? Nah, ain't no way. That doesn't sound right. No siree.
Uh-huh. Okay then, why don't you settle down and hear me out? Taichi Suzuki was a fake name. His real name was Kazuma Kiryu, a Yakuza from the Tojo clan, known as the Dragon of Dojima.
You're talking about the same Suzuki-san? That's gotta be a lie. Some big mistake. You ever consider that the Suzuki-san I know and the Suzuki-san you know are two different people?
Fine then. So that's how you want to play. Then explain this. Take a good look at this photo. This guy looks real familiar, doesn't he? Perhaps you've seen this on TV before. You're looking at Kazuma Kiryu. Shortly after this footage aired, he was sent to prison, then lost his life in Hiroshima.
Frankly, that don't sound like the Suzuki-san I know.
What? Really?
Guess I should have looked into your story more carefully before coming all the way out here. If I had known we were talking about two different people, I wouldn't have let you pay for my whole trip.
Now hold on, sir. What's with the act?
Huh?
We both know for a fact that Kiryu went by Suzuki in Kyushu. So why are you pretending you don't know him?
Well, I ain't pretending. There was just a little mix-up. Sorry, my mistake. I'll even pay for my own drinks, too. Take care now.
No, wait. Please.
I think we're done here. Besides, I ought to get going. Let go!
What has gotten into you?
Nothing. You're just being a bother.
Wait, please. Hey, stop right there, sir.
Ooh, what's going on? Why all the yelling?
Judging by the way you wanted to run from me, I think I get what's going on.
Huh? What about?
You probably did come here to talk about Taichi Suzuki, and maybe squeeze in some sightseeing on the side. But with how you're acting, I'm guessing you saw this recently.
Oh, that's,
Your plans changed when this video started going around. Suddenly, rumors that Kazuma Kiryu is still alive and kicking spread all over the internet, despite his supposed death. Word got to you too, didn't it? Right after you agreed to meet with me here.
I don't know a thing about that.
What's going on?
If Kazuma Kiryu really is alive and in hiding, then you wouldn't want to tip off the police. Even a minor detail about his past runs the risk of endangering him. Long story short, you don't want to sell your friend out to the police. But after coming all the way to Yokohama, it looked just as suspicious to cancel our meeting. It all makes sense now. That's why you're trying to act like you don't know Kazuma Kiryu.
You got the wrong idea. That's completely off.
Where you're coming from, you probably aren't too sure if I really am Kiryu's friend. In that case, it'd be best for you to say I've got the wrong guy. Keep mum and leave your seat. Chief Nakajima, this has all been one huge misunderstanding.
Huh?
Neither Tokyo PD nor the Fukuoka police knew that Kiryu had been employed at Nagasu Taxi. Have you ever gotten a call from the police asking after him? I'm positive you haven't, because I'm the only one who knows about your connection to Kiryu. After all, I heard all of this from the man himself. In fact, he even told me about the first time you two met. He helped out a woman who was being harassed, but let himself get beat up in the process. At the time, he had nowhere to go since he had to cover up his history with the Yakuza. He nearly gave up on life. That's when you entered the picture. You took him on and hired him as a taxi driver. That guy's known as the legendary Yakuza. You think he'd crack in the interrogation room? I heard all of this straight from the horse's mouth. I may not know what's going on in his head, but I consider him my best friend.
Date-san.
Well, that sure explains a whole lot. Guess it can't hurt to trust you then.
How about we turn back the clock? Start fresh, take it from the top.
Works for me. I found out that Suzuki-san was actually Kazuma Kiryu from the news. Saw him in that Yakuza scuffle up in Kamurocho. Must have been a little while after he left our place. All his old co-workers were pretty shaken up, me included. Sure, I knew he was no run-of-the-mill guy, but I never thought he'd be the legendary Yakuza. Also, just between us, a lot of my employees are hiding scars because of something or other in the past. Same goes for me, too. So I was never, ever gonna rat out Kiryu-san to the police. But the moment I told myself that, news got out about Kazuma Kiryu dying somewhere in Hiroshima.
That must have been shocking.
Of course it was. But now, what the heck even was that video? I can't make heads or tails of nothing no more. You know something, don't you, Date-san? Is Kazuma Kiryu... is Suzuki-san still alive? Please, Date-san?
Well, I guess it wouldn't be right if I just lied to your face after unraveling all that, so... I'm just gonna say no comment.
No comment?
That's not enough for you?
Ha ha! That's great. Real great. Just what I needed to hear. You know, you're a lot like Suzuki-san. No tact, no skill at lying, and a good man.
This coming from you? You're just as bad at lying.
You got me there.
After getting to know you, Chief, I think I get why he wanted me to pass on a message.
Huh?
When the two of you first met, he had just drifted all the way to Kyushu in order to protect his loved ones from his own past. That was the lowest point in Kiryu's life. In a place with no one he knew, with no one to turn to, with no one to talk to or depend on, until you showed up and lent him the hand he needed.
Mm-hmm.
Words can't describe how indebted he feels to you. Still does, to this day.
Ha, that's so. And I got something to say to him, too.
And what's that?
The last time I saw Suzuki-san, I left him with these words. You're part of the family now, Suzuki-san. Just be sure to come back to us, no matter what. I still stand by those words today. So if you ever find yourself in trouble, you'll always have a home with us. I'll be waiting for you back in Kyushu. So just remember, you're never alone. Think you could tell him all that from me, Date-san?
Thanks again, Date-san. Got to wrap up some unfinished business there. Now the Chief finally knows how much I appreciated him. There's nothing more I can do now.
Come on, don't be like that.
All right, that reminds me. You said I was your best friend?
No, I mean, I was just trying to, well, you know, earn the Chief's trust. I had to.
Your words really cut me to the core. They were comforting in a way, especially in these times. Could you not take back what you said?
Yeah, of course. Hey, you want to hug it out?
I'm not drunk enough for that.
Yeah, figured. Oh, good to see you, Kiryu. Are you set? I'd like to take you somewhere. I assume you're ready to go?
I'm prepared.
Great. Then let's get going. When was the last time you saw Sayama, anyway?
When I moved to Okinawa, so that'd be a little over 15 years now. We first met in 2006. To think it's been 17 years. Kaoru Sayama, a former detective in the Osaka police, and the ace of Division 4, the Anti-Yakuza Task Force. We partnered together for a certain incident regarding the Tojo clan. And then... as the bomb kept ticking down, I decided to spend the last moments of my life with this incredible woman.
Damn, 15 years? I haven't seen her for a while either, but nowhere near as long as that. Earlier, she said she's here on business. Asked me if I wanted to catch up and all. I'm something of a big shot at work, you know.
What's with the big talk?
Nobody else would listen to me brag. Well, it might have been 15 years, but Sayama's as sharp as ever. There's a chance she'll spot you at a distance, so we better play it safe.
I don't know. There is also a chance she's forgotten all about me.
You're hopeless. Here, take these. Wireless earphones and mic. We usually use them during investigations, but I'll loan these to you. That way, you can listen in on the conversation, and I'll be able to hear what you have to say, too. Come on, let's get moving.
She hasn't changed one bit.
You look busy, as usual. How long are you here for?
I'll be leaving the day after tomorrow.
How's Tomio-san doing?
She's great. Mama's been manning the bar every night. I think she's doing even better than me.
Glad to hear it. Best you spend time with family while you can.
That's certainly true. But still, it's been a long time. About 6-7 years or so, right? The last time we spoke was when you called me about Kazuma's passing, I believe.
Right. Sorry for dropping that bombshell back then.
It's fine. I'm sure I would have heard about it sooner or later. After all, he was quite infamous among the police.
No kidding. His name always popped up whenever something big happened. You got any guys that buy into the whole Kazuma Kiryu hidden mastermind conspiracy?
We do, yes. Kazuma Kiryu is actually still alive. He's been pulling the strings behind society as we speak. Those rumors, right? What kind of officer would say that? It's complete nonsense.
Well, guess that means his legacy was that impactful. Can't blame folks for making him into some urban legend, especially if they never knew him.
I suppose so. But to think he's gone, even now, I still can't fathom it. How can someone as tough as him just die? How? When I've seen him cheat death time after time.
Unbelievable, right? He was one stubborn son of a gun.
He really was.
Still married to the job?
Pretty much.
Heard you transferred to the juvenile division. That was news to me.
Shocking, right? Some career path.
But you requested to transfer, right? There a reason for that?
There is, actually. It's all because of the dissolution.
The Great Dissolution?
Yeah. Remember how Daigo Dojima and other big names started a security company after all that went down? It was a haven for former Yakuza.
Right.
I figured if Kazuma were still alive, he would have lent them a hand. That man is practically the icon of the old Yakuza and all. I'm sure he would have taken it upon himself to clean up after them, too. And if they were in charge of the cleanup, then as a cop, I could work on prevention. At least that's what I thought.
In other words, you're trying to prevent kids from becoming petty criminals or joining the Yakuza. Hence the transfer.
Right you are. It's tougher than I thought, but it's rewarding work.
And that way, you could feel connected to Kiryu.
That's one way to put it. If I wanted to sound cool, that is. But yeah, that's why I'm bent on pursuing my new dreams. And that's why I want to keep doing what I can. But Maybe a part of me is still waiting for him. Aren't I just so faithful?
Sayama, look, the truth is...
Don't, Date-san. It's fine.
Something wrong?
No, you're just way too good for him.
Thanks for that, Date-san. Seems I was a luckier man than I thought.
Seriously, you're telling me? You sure you don't want to tell her anything?
I'm sure. As long as she's got a dream to chase, she's better off without me around.
That's the hardest pill to swallow. But you know what, Kiryu?
What?
You should live how you want to. If there's a woman you love, you hold on to her. Never let go. I'm getting jealous just looking at you.
I guess you'd know best, considering you've gone through a divorce before.
What? Low blow, man.
Sorry, it was just a joke. Thanks, Date-san.
A real heartbreaker, aren't you? But I meant it. Yeah, every word. Just do what you want to do. You've got tons of folks on your side, supporting you. And don't you forget that.
I won't.
Well, I'll give it to you straight. It's about Akiyama.
Akiyama? I take it you heard something?
I did. Seems he'd made his way out of Japan, right about when the Tojo clan and Omi alliance disbanded. So, that would be about 4 years ago.
And what? That's it?
For now, I've tried finding him through all my contacts, but the man's a slippery one. Now, this is rumor-level intel here, but supposedly, he's been sighted in Singapore a few times. Fitting, too, since they rake in investments from all over. A guy like him would feel right at home.
Well, he's been out of town this long. Any chance he'd even come back?
Every time we met, he'd doubt me like no tomorrow. Kept saying you just had to be alive. He even guessed I was in on it at one point. But after I kept playing it off, I guess he got fed up. I mean, we're the ones who distanced ourselves from Akiyama. The Daidoji had us promise that. No exceptions.
Yeah, I know. Can't exactly fault him for taking off like that. I'm at least glad to know he's doing well.
It was always a risk, meeting with him. Man might act like a goof, but he's sharp as a tack. The moment you got close enough to listen in, he'd have sniffed you out. If that happened, you can bet the Daidoji would act real fast.
Right. Guess it's time we call it then. You've done more than enough, Date-san. Taichi, Kazuki, Yuya. You even got in touch with Sayama.
Hang on. I didn't call you out here to close up shop. Rather, how would you feel about taking it a step further?
What do you mean?
Let's be frank. Daidoji doesn't care who you see. At least, I don't think. That's fair to assume, right? I mean, you haven't gotten any complaints, have you?
Guess not.
That means either they haven't noticed what we're doing, or they're letting us get away with it. A or B, I say we go all in and get in touch with who you want to see most. If I had to guess, that'd be Haruka. You declared yourself a dead man, and all but disappeared. That's the promise you made with the Daidoji. If you went and broke that promise, well, I can't imagine it end well for you. But still,
Wait, Date-san.
What's up?
When this place gets so quiet, I don't even hear anyone outside.
So what's the deal? They with the Daidoji?
Nah, never seen him before. Tell you one thing, though. They definitely didn't come here for a drink. What's wrong? You wanted to fight? Well, here I am. Come on! Who are these guys? Any idea?
They're definitely not any old thugs. In fact, they moved like pros.
Right. Guess they're not done yet. Wait, you're...
The fellas you took down here. They're a group of Liumang boys called the White Masks. They'll work for anyone who pays them. Need some skulls cracked? They're there to please.
Hang on. Just what are you... Akiyama!
Not every day someone holds their own against White Masks, let alone this many. And after seeing you fight, there's no mistaking it. Do me a favor and be up front, eh? Kiryu-san? Still with the cold shoulder routine. All these years, and you can't bend a little?
Wait, so you mean this whole setup was you?
Sure was. Every time I asked Date-san about you, he'd give me the same crap about you being dead. No doubt he'd keep that up if I hadn't caught you red-handed,
That's just... You can't...
Oh, so you would have been honest with me this time around?
Well, I...
See? There he goes again.
Akiyama, what the hell?
You must really think I'm stupid! Both of you! For all the secrecy, it was pretty obvious. No way in hell you'd die that easily. And sure enough, right when the Tojo and Omi disbanded, I got word that old 6 feet under Kiryu made a surprise visit. I figured for sure things must have cooled down by then. But nope, that was all she wrote. Kazuma Kiryu's glorious return fizzled out like some urban legend. Not even a word my way either. I guess I didn't matter since I'm not part of your little gang.
Then, why are you here today? How'd you know where we were?
I asked a buddy to keep tabs on everything. Trail Date-san and see if maybe anything's changed. Date-san was the key. Surely he'd find a way to get in contact with Kiryu-san. Lo and behold, just the other day, I hear old Date's been frequenting a certain bar out in Ijincho. All I had to do was come back to Japan, play my cards right, and poof. Here I am, and there you are. So, with that out of the way, maybe it's time you explained yourself.
And just what is it you want me to tell you? Why I had to become a ghost?
I'll take anything so long as it's good. You and your pal here are done playing me for a fool.
Hey, maybe give it up, Kiryu. I'd rather not get slugged by Akiyama again.
I ain't apologizing yet, by the way. I'm still ready to kick you across the street.
Hey now, not funny.
Fine, I'll tell you everything. Looks like you finally won, Akiyama.
So that's it then. That's the story. So what, Kiryu-san? You made a pact with this Daidoji faction to protect Haruka-chan and Haruto-kun?
I did. I needed to be dead to the world, and I had to keep silent to make good on my word. Date-san was there when I made that promise. I made him my sole witness. It was my fault he couldn't tell you all this time. You want to blame someone? Blame me.
Like I even could after all that. Especially not now that I know you're dying.
Sorry. You know, it doesn't matter who I tell. They always start treating me nice.
Oh, brother. And you just had to lay it on me, huh?
So what you been up to, Akiyama? You snuck away from Kamurocho without so much as a peep.
Well, as you know, I get smitten pretty easily. Before I knew it, I chased some girl way out the country. Thanks to that, however, I got to take it easy. Almost feel guilty now, what with how rough you guys have had it.
Yeah, well, I heard you left at a good time. Got out just as the Tojo clan disbanded. Right around then, the governor enacted his Kamurocho 3K plan. Anyone operating even an inch outside the law got shut down. Knowing you, that must have thrown a wrench your way. I'm sure the police came knocking, yeah?
Hey, if you knew, you could have at least thrown me a bone, huh? The money I handled mostly comes from gray zones, so I had to spread it across the globe to keep it safe.
Right, and then you ended up in Singapore.
Wait, what? Singapore? Who said anything about that?
Huh? Was that wrong?
Wrong as can be. But it's not like I tell you the truth either way.
Of course not. We had our secrets, and now Akiyama's returning the favor.
You wouldn't be that stingy, would you?
Sure I would. I'm a moneylender, remember?
Let's not forget he's still sick the Liumang after us, too. You know, I should file a complaint to Sun-hee. Tell her boys they ought to check their target next time.
Right. Anyway. All in all, I get there wasn't much you could do, given the circumstances. But how long have we known each other? We've taken on countless Yakuza, and been through the ringer, how many times now? If you're wondering whether I was cool with being left out, the answer's no.
Didn't you just say you get it?
Look, point is, you didn't even ask me for help. No, you went off to carry that weight all by yourself. Buddy, that's just plain lame. Anyhow, I won't go blaming you. On the contrary, I'm gonna help you see things through.
Hmm?
This might have started off as some Daidoji deal, Kiryu-san, but I'm gonna guess you're in deep again, huh? Fat chance I'll just sit back and ignore that.
I appreciate it, but if you get involved, I promise to the Daidoji's as good as empty.
Right, the pact you made. And what, you just stick to the shadows the rest of your life? Was there really no other way?
There might have been, but things back then were... let's just say they were pretty dire.
Hey, well, I sure have never lived life as a dead man, far as I'm aware. Still, I can only imagine how lonely you feel. You can't see Haruka-chan or Haruto-kun, can you?
That's the idea.
Hey now, Kiryu. What'd I tell you earlier? The Daidoji might give you a pass, even to see Haruka. Even if it's just a quick glance. It's great you're keeping your promise, but is it worth it? You don't have much time left.
I know. That's why I can't do it.
What?
So what if I do meet with Haruka now? Before long, I'll just be gone from her life again. They'd have to watch me die a second time. Some good that do.
You sure about that?
Hmm?
Meeting today, seeing you again after so long. It's like whatever I had pent up inside just disappeared. For my money, I can't see myself regretting this one bit. You changed my life, Kiryu-san. I don't know where or who I'd be if not for you. You gave me a chance when I was at rock bottom. Of course, you didn't exactly know it then. Right as I'm giving up, I learn about this guy. Some hard-headed lunatic in the same town, who kept fighting no matter what he was up against. You're more than you realize, Kiryu-san. It wasn't just opportunity. It was more than some chance. You gave me the courage to keep on living. You made a difference. And because of that, I did all I could to find you. You're a special person to me, believe it or not. And really, I'll bet Haruka-chan feels it even more.
Come off it, Akiyama. I'm nothing special, and you know it.
You believe that?
If I see her again, if I see Haruka, death might actually become scary. Who knows, maybe I'm just a coward.
I wouldn't go that far, Kiryu.
So the Dragon of Dojima has something he fears after all. Feel a lot better about myself, honestly.
Great. Always something to say. You really are sharp as a tack.
An honor coming from you.
Well, I'd say that settles it then, Kiryu. Next time we do this, I'm bringing Haruka in. She might even have Haruto with her.
You're not serious.
You'd think I'd say so otherwise?
Seeing you in a whole new light, Date-san. Let me know if there's anything I can do.
A new light, huh? Well, anyway, let's toast. Bury the hatchet good and deep.
Now we're talking. Cheers, fellas.
Yeah, for now. Hello?
Hey, Kiryu. It's Date. I was hoping you're free. Got some big news for you. But if you want to hear it, you're going to need to travel. That okay?
Yeah, I'm good to go.
Great. Perfect timing, too. All right, then. I'm going to have you head over to Serena.
Serena? You want me back in Kamurocho?
Yeah, Akiyama's bringing over a special guest. The very last one I want you to meet. Care to hazard a guess?
You don't mean Haruka, do you?
And Haruto, too. They came all the way from Okinawa. I haven't told them you're still alive or anything, but I'm sure they'd be thrilled to see you. More so than vice versa, I'd say.
Date-san, how long have you been planning this?
Huh?
Was this your plan all along? To bring me back into Haruka's life? No matter how nice that sounds, I'd be breaking my agreement with the Daidoji.
Well, you can worry about them later. Right now, just get a move on to Serena. This might be your last chance to see her. Better to regret having gone than never going at all. Got it? Now I suggest you hurry.
No! Don't look so satisfied about this! You can't leave me, Uncle Cuz! You can't give up! Uncle Cuz! Uncle Cuz!
This might be your last chance to see her. Better to regret having gone than never going at all. Got it? Now I suggest you hurry.
What would I do if I saw Uncle Cuz again? Sorry, but what kind of question is that? Do you know something, Akiyama-san? I thought we were here for a get-together with Date-san.
Sorry, that was just a hypothetical. But I've told you before, haven't I? how I don't buy that Kiryu-san's actually dead. So if the man were still around, well, I bet he'd pop up out of nowhere on a day like this. Especially with you and Haruto-kun here in Kamurocho of all places.
Wait, you're saying he's coming? Uncle Kaz?
I am. At least, hypothetically. And now we're back to my original question.
If Uncle Kaz really did show up, I'd be really happy to see him alive and well. And in the same breath, I feel like I'd realize how weak we are on our own.
Huh?
It's been years since everyone at Morning Glory and I heard that Uncle Kaz died. Regardless of whether he's alive or in heaven, we always supported each other, so we could meet him with our heads held high. Some of the kids are already all grown up and make enough money to get by on their own. We all admired Uncle Kaz's strength, and when the going got tough, we'd grit our teeth and push through it. So, it wouldn't be right for me to say that I want to see him again, no matter how badly. Because I don't know if I'll ever be ready to face him.
I get it, Haruka-chan.
You've gotten so strong, Haruka. Like mother, like daughter. Isn't that right, Yumi? You with the Daidoji?
We've been keeping an eye on you, you know. Hanawa may be dead, but we are certainly not. Had we not pitied you, we never would have loosened the grip on your leash. It seems we've given you the impression you had the freedom to do whatever you wish.
What are you getting at?
Let's talk about your detective friend, Date. There are consequences for breaking an agreement. He fails to comprehend that simple of a concept. I must say, it's gotten out of hand. So could you just keep him in line? Then we'll let bygones be bygones.
What did you do to him?
Follow us if you care to find out.
Date-san. Hey, you okay? What happened?
Because you swore to abandon the name Kazuma Kiryu, the Daidoji faction would pose no threat to you or those around you. Detective Date himself witnessed the exchange. He was very much aware of the consequences.
Hey! Kiryu.
What is it, Date-san?
No hi? How'd it go? And then you made Haruka.
If Kiryu-san had met her, you wouldn't have gotten off this easy. Consider yourself lucky. Because right about now, your lungs would be heavy with the water of Tokyo Bay.
Wait. You didn't see her? Why?
She can stand on her own 2 feet now, and that's good enough for me. I don't have the right to interfere with her life. And I never would have known that without your help. I'm in your debt. Words can't describe how much.
Kiryu.
For now, let me start by taking care of them.
Why don't we all just settle down? You're the ones who broke off the agreement. You only have yourselves to blame. We also heard from Date-san. You're running out of time. He begged us to let you go, let you run free at the end of your life. Said you'd only be saying your farewells to a loved one. Hilarious, isn't it? You are no longer Kazuma Kiryu. That man is long gone. That was your side of the agreement. Now I want to hear this from your mouth. Kazuma Kiryu is dead. You swore it once. Now swear it again!
Seems like you'll bend any which way to please the faction. I almost feel sorry for you.
Care to elaborate?
I went to Hawaii for a mission from the Daidoji, one I've yet to complete. Which means you don't have permission to kill me. And the only way you'll stop me is over my dead body.
Hey!
That was your last chance to pull the trigger. But because the faction won't allow it, you hesitated. Now you'll suffer all the pain my friend endured, and then some. That's why I said I almost felt sorry for you.
I'd back off if I were you. Because you just made a terrible mistake! You're finished, Kiryu!
You still with me, Date-san?
Yeah. Can't go out before the guy who's always ready to die.
Sorry. It's my fault you were dragged into this mess. I should have known this would happen, but I went ahead and tried to see Haruka anyway. If I'd held up my end of the bargain, it wouldn't have come to this. But in the end, you had to pay for it.
How many times do I have to tell you? I'm only doing this because I want to.
Stay back. If you kill me, know that you'll never get away with it.
Relax. I'm not gonna kill you. After all, the fault lies with me. Your only mistake was forcing him to pay my dues. If you hadn't done that, I wouldn't have cared what happens to me.
Do you think that excuses what you've done?
No. But even if I got on my knees and begged, there's nothing left for me to lose. All I can do now is renew our agreement. I will never try to meet Haruka or any of my friends again, nor try contacting them. And once this business with the Seiryu clan in Palikan is settled, I swear not to get involved with Kasuga and his friends again. Right. That includes Date-san, too.
Kiryu!
If you ever cross the Daidoji again, Makoto Date will be the first to go. And don't you forget it. That's all we had to say. Man, why'd I get stuck with this shitty job?
No kidding. Talk about bad luck. I'll take you somewhere to get treated, but after that, we're done.
Ugh. Sheesh. Who'd have thought I'd get roughed up at this age?
Seriously. Maybe next time try not to put yourself in danger, Date-san.
Well, it would have been worth it if you'd got to say goodbye to Haruka.
Don't worry about it. I'm actually feeling pretty good, all things considered. When you're raising kids, there'll be a day you have to set them loose. Haruka and the kids at Morning Glory, they've all grown up strong. There's nothing else I can teach them, and it's better for me to disappear before they figure that out themselves. It's about time I do, for good. After all, I was meant to die back in Hiroshima.
And reminds me.
Hmm?
I got in touch with Haruka and Akiyama earlier. Told them I'd be late because I got in a car accident.
An accident, huh? Well, with those injuries, I guess no other excuse would fly.
Boy, were they surprised. Especially Akiyama. Once he realized you wouldn't make it, that guy's definitely gonna grill me later.
Mind telling him I'm sorry?
Pretty sure he'd rather hear that from you. He's gonna start moping again, you know.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. I should get going.
All right. Hey, you said you were feeling pretty good, right? You saying you have no more regrets in life? 'Cause that's not what this whole thing was about. I don't care what the hell you're sick with. You've given up too much of yourself to it. It's like you're not afraid of dying. And giving up before you see where the chips fall? That's not the Kiryu I know. What happened to the Dragon of Dojima? The man who'd keep fighting even if it's a losing battle. What are the odds of you fighting that illness and winning? Gotta be higher than 0.
Yeah, must be.
For the past few days, I've met with a bunch of folks who knew the old you. They all remember you as a fighter. Whenever the going gets tough, your memory helps them push through. I'm sure one day they'll find themselves in front of a steep hill, feet rooted to the ground. But if they heard that Kazuma Kiryu dared to fight death itself, now that'd give them the courage to even move mountains. That's the sort of inspiration you instill in the people around you. And that's not all. You give everyone the strength to press forward. So wouldn't it make sense to keep fighting to the very end?
I'm not as strong as you think I am. You're giving me too much credit here.
Yeah, I'm not buying that. I've stuck by you for a damn long time now. If you were some random, ordinary guy, maybe I would have given up and let you waste away. But there's no way I can just give up on you. After all, you're the best friend I've ever had.
Thank you. Everything you just said. Everything you've done for me up till today. Thank you. For all of it. It's true. I could struggle harder, longer. Maybe it'd buy me a little more time. But I'd spend the rest of my life as someone else. Is that really something worth fighting for?
The only way to find out is to live. In this world, you never know what might happen. As long as you don't give up, Kazuma Kiryu can find his way back to us. It all depends on if you will it.
I hope that one day I'll see things your way. I really do.
Guess that's enough of that for now. You still have some unfinished business, don't you?
Huh?
Like helping Ichiban Kasuga. That guy's quite a handful, too.
You're right. Goodbye, Date-san. Stay safe.
Yeah. Goodbye, Kazuma Kiryu. So long, old friend.